Since 2012, Concern Universal has been implementing the cross-border transfer of agricultural technologies, institutional and market development project in Bangladesh and India. The project is funded by the European Union, and Concern Universal are working with partners Helvetas Swiss Intercooperation, RGVN, and Dhaka Ahsania mission to improve food security and nutrition for some of the poorest and most vulnerable people in South Asia. More than 75% of all farmers in these areas are smallholders that struggle to keep up with new farming techniques, fulfill the increasing demands of markets, and absorb the impact of price fluctuations and climate change. The project was designed to reach out to 20,000 beneficiaries, 15,000 in the Jamalpur district of Bangladesh, and a further 5,000 here in the Assam region of northeastern India.
We set out to help 20,000 farmers and we have reached double that amount. Before the project started, we had about 80% of the people that only had 2 meals a day, and now that has dropped to 40%. Children going to school, health, there's so many other things that all of a sudden change because they are lifted a little bit out of their poverty.
We are very proud to have been able to develop this excellent partnership with Concern Universal. Food and nutrition security is one of the top priorities of the European Union cooperation. In this approach, we were able to tackle some of these big economic and social challenges.
The introduction of new approaches and new practices has had a significant impact on the livelihoods of many rural communities, contributing to increased yield and income for the beneficiaries.
Some places we have done demo units. Because seeing is believing for them. We went through a rigorous process of training them up, motivating them, showing them the realities on the field. And now, of course, most of them have adapted and they're very happy with this. In fact, they thank us for this better yield. Once your yield goes up, there's more to eat, of course. They can sell more. The surplus amount could be sold in the market. It fetches a good price. And then they can have a better standard of living. In fact, the incomes go up. They can access better food, children to education. You know, the general well-being goes up. So that's the positive outcome of this whole SRI project.
Paddy cultivation is a large part of the rural economy in the Assam region, and the introduction of the system of rice intensification, SRI, has had an impressive impact.
We have been using SRI for the last 2 or 3 years, and our yield has more than doubled. We now use homemade fertilisers, which has also saved us money.
The project sought to help some of the large numbers of smallholder farmers in Bangladesh and India, many of which lack access to government support and extension services due to limitations in capacity and resources. In Bangladesh alone, it is estimated that there is up to 20 million smallholder farmers. The project promotes a unique way of working with the development of self-motivated, local service providers. These are local advisors and marketing agents elected by the local farming community to provide their services for a modest fee or commission. These trusted advisors develop their knowledge by working closely with experts from the public and private sectors, and help farmers to improve production and marketing in a way that is accessible and affordable. In addition to introducing new farming techniques, the project encourages farmers to use less chemicals and instead use organic fertilisers. This makes their produce more valuable at market and is also good for the environment. Through LSPs, the farmers can also hire equipment such as pumps, ploughs and threshers to help increase their productivity.
We want to earn enough to buy more equipment, weeders and shallow pumps, because what we have is not sufficient for all the farmers in the community. The farmers cannot afford to buy this equipment themselves. In the dry season, everything is dependent on water. So for paddy cultivation, we are providing shallow pumps provided by the project. Without this access to water, paddy cultivation is not possible. Now the farmers are happy, and we are also happy.
Concern Universal has also given farmers the knowledge and encouragement to make better use of the land they have available. Areas which were previously considered unsuitable for vegetable growing, such as this sandy soil area close to the Brahmaputra River, are now used to produce a range of vegetables which provide beneficiaries with greater income and food security.
After being chosen as a beneficiary, the LSPs started training on rearing poultry, SRI, and using sandy soil. My land was previously unused, but they explained sandy soil agriculture. We use cow dung to increase the fertility of the soil, and the LSP's techniques mean I am now producing a much greater volume of vegetables.
And it isn't only the men who are getting involved. Empowering women to play a greater role in the financial security of families and communities is a crucial objective for Concern Universal and its partner groups.
The project contributes greatly to female leadership in the communities, and by that also we all of a sudden unlock the isolation of many women in rural India and rural Bangladesh. All of a sudden they have somebody that can market their stuff for them on their terms. They know where the better markets are. They can talk to other people about all kinds of stuff. That's another important aspect of this project.
Several women's groups have been created, such as this group in the Barpeta district of Assam. None of the women have access to land, so together they have rented land to grow chili plants. In their first year of production, they expect to harvest enough produce to raise 27,000 rupees, which is worth more than 5 months' wages. As well as educating the farmers in ways to increase their yields, the project also provides important advice and assistance in getting the most money for their produce at market. One of the methods is bulk selling, where farmers pool their produce at collection points and therefore achieve a higher price for what they contribute. The collection points also allow them to make better use of their time.
Previously, the individual farmers would take small quantities of produce to the markets, which was difficult to sell. Now we have large quantities collected by businessmen, who buy it and sell it at a better price in the markets like Guwahati and Barpeta. They tell us when to stock the produce, then arrange a time to collect it from us and take it away in their vehicle. Our agreement is such that it is their responsibility to sell it, and we don't need to worry.
If the farmers had to go to the market themselves, the costs would be very high and it would waste their entire days. Their expenses were more than halved, and the cost of how they farm has also come down drastically.
Aside from vegetables and rice, poultry and livestock rearing is also common in the Assam region. The cross-border project provided around 4,000 families with ducklings, chickens and goats. Local service providers have been specially trained to deal with veterinary issues, such as vaccinations, and to advise farmers on the best animal feed, which in turn leads to better quality and quantity of produce, such as eggs and milk.
The LSPs give us medicine for the poultry, and we can contact them with any questions or to ask for help if they get disease or lay fewer eggs. This makes sure that we get the highest benefit from them.
Many poor farmers have chosen to focus their efforts on fisheries, with the support made available, taking advantage of the ponds they have next to their homes.
My training has helped make the fish bigger and healthier, and we can make good profits because of the changes that the project has introduced.
The LSPs showed me how to prepare and maintain my pond with organic fertilisers during the dry season. They provided fish feed, and as a result my yield was 2 to 3 times greater than before. I used the skills that I've learned from the LSPs to help other farmers in my community. I advised them on how to prepare their ponds, how to feed their fish, those kinds of things. And after learning the technique, they have profited too.
Another type of fishing is cage fishing, which is a completely new method introduced to the Assam region. The local service providers train the farmers in how to prepare these floating structures and how to make use of the waterways that flow through many of their villages.
We didn't know about cage fishing, but officials from the project taught us that we could use this method to farm fish, even if we don't have a lot of space. We took the information and taught the farmers how to build the cages, how to put the fish into the cage, and how to take care of the fish. And now they are doing it all themselves.
As Concern Universal's cross-border project comes to an end, the lives of more than 39,000 poor families have been improved, twice as many as originally planned, and the communities in which they live have become stronger. Most of the local service providers trained by the project are now self-employed trainers and marketing agents who earn a steady income from their services. These local service providers continue to serve and lead thousands of poor farmers in their community, helping them make the most from the little that they have. Although the project is ending, the impact of the technologies and methods that have been introduced will continue to be felt, and the benefits enjoyed by future generations.
We are now able to send our sons to school, as well as eat and dress better. Rearing the goats has given me a living, and I hope in the future I can earn more. The goats have given me hope for a better future.
Before adopting the new methods, I had less money. Now I'm able to send my child to school where he is given milk and fruit and other nutritious things. Previously, I lived a hand-to-mouth existence, and of course now I have more money. But the greatest thrill is that through my role as an LSP, I have the respect of my community. I love to help people, and this is the best thing of all.